we practice what I'm going to say?
Practice what you're going to say. I haven't even told you. I haven't even read the questions.
Oh.
No practicing, just chatting.
I hate that.
Why? Because you don't know what I'm going to ask you?
Yeah.
It's nothing mean. Why are you scared? I'm not asking anything scary. Relax, sit back. It's not an interview.
I'm tense.
I know, why are you tense? Because
I
it's like,
looked
what's
at it,
your
I was like,
favourite
oh my
handbag?
gosh.
Hello guys, welcome back. Bit of a different video today. I wrote to my mum to do a Q&A and she is scared. And I don't know what she thinks we're gonna ask her. Why are you scared? I don't understand.
I'm just nervous, in anticipation.
But I asked on Instagram if anyone had any questions, and I thought this would be really fun because I really enjoyed the Q&A I did in January. And then I was with my mum today and I was like, actually, let's rope her in because I've never asked you questions before. So let's see what the peeps have to say. The most asked question. The most asked question is how you do your hair. How you style your hair. And what is your dream bag? That's the first question.
Oh, okay. How do I style my hair? It's rollers.
Is it rollers?
It's rollers, and then it's a lot of hairspray.
Yeah. When I say a lot, she means like a can.
Well,
of hairspray.
not quite a can, but it's a lot of hairspray. But also, it's got to be a very strong hairspray.
Strong hold. Extra
Yeah.
strong hold.
Extra strong hold.
But what one specifically?
Oh.
You like L'Oreal Paris Elmet, and there's another one you like.
Tresemme.
Tresemme extra strong hold.
Tresemme
Okay.
is the one that works for me.
This is like a bit off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tresemme extra strong hold.
Tresemme extra
Yeah.
strong hold. You know, the spray that they do for you that's volumizing first when your hair is wet. Then you do the rollers.
Yeah.
And then you do a bit of back combing in the front.
Yeah.
And then you do the hairspray.
Yeah. I'll tell you my interpretation of this. Her hair has never been brushed out. It is constantly backcombed. I have never seen her with flat hair. She gets out the shower and her hair is backcombed.
Yeah,
Like-
but I'm not wetting my hair in the shower.
Yeah,
I'm
but like
actually
your hair
having a
doesn't
body
go
shower.
flat. Your hair actually grows out and down.
Let's backtrack. I don't actually have a shower. I have baths.
Yeah.
Because the shower there's a lot of humidity and it's
So
not
when
good
you're
for my
not
hair.
washing your hair, you bath.
I bath.
I didn't know this about you.
I bath every day.
Is this hygienic?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Really?
Bath. Why? I mean,
What,
some people have baths and some people have
a
showers.
bath so you don't ruin your hair.
Exactly.
No.
Yes. Because if I go into a hot steaming shower, obviously it's going to ruin my hair.
What about a hand shower?
a hand shower also works?
So would you say your hair
Yeah.
is a part of your personality?
Yeah, for sure.
I learned a lot just then. I didn't know any of these answers. What is your dream bag was the second part of that question.
Ooh.
I know what it is.
Which one?
I know you'd want a Kelly pochette or a Kelly cut.
Not a Kelly cut.
Oh, alright.
But yes, definitely a Kelly pochette.
Really?
Yes, that is my dream bag.
Someone says, she is so glam, I want to know her daily routine. What are some things you do every day? I can tell you. Okay, tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
She walks every day. Well, obviously you're walking Leo
Yeah.
every day. You eat eggs every day. It's true, isn't
It's
it?
true.
She has salmon almost every day.
Almost every day. Yes,
She's
yes.
very routine.
Salad? Lots of salad.
Lots of salad. Giving almond mum, but she's not an almond mum at
No.
all, actually.
I have fruit for breakfast and I don't
Yeah.
have fruit the rest of the
She
day.
puts on makeup every day too.
Not every day, but
I've never seen you without makeup in my life.
Eye makeup, yes, I do, but the rest of the makeup, not really every day.
I don't know
Foundation.
what you look like without makeup.
I don't put on foundation every day unless I'm going out in the evening or if I'm having a meeting for lunch or something.
Right.
It's not a lie.
What's your fondest memory of little Amelia?
Amelia was the handbag girl.
Really?
Literally.
So nothing has changed?
Nothing has changed. Literally, the one thing I always remember
Really?
is you coming and taking, about 5 or 6 handbags.
Yeah.
We used to literally call you the handbag lady.
So still the
So
same.
still, exactly. And,
funny how things
and
have
then
changed.
lipstick, and then looking at yourself in the mirror the whole time.
So was I like your clone?
Yeah.
Did you take long to adapt living in the UK?
I have to say that when I first came here, I heard so much about London, and I
Yeah.
heard that it was such a gorgeous city, but I couldn't believe how dark it was.
It is quite dark, to be
I
fair.
literally couldn't believe how dark it was. Everybody who talks about how amazing London is, which it is, because 25 years ago, or maybe even longer, maybe 35 years ago, the weather was actually darker.
Coming from Iran, you mean, where it's like sunny?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's actually improved a lot.
Would love to hear about your parenting style. What was your parenting style? Your parenting style was a bit confused sometimes, from my opinion.
In what way?
Like sometimes you'd
Yeah.
want to be my best friend, and sometimes you want to be my mom, and I'd be like, make up your mind, oh. Like, do you want to be my best friend or do you want to be my mom?
It's a very fine line.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When you see that things are like you're going off the rails a bit. Not off the rails, but you know, when you're
Did I go off the rails?
Not
I did
that-
go a bit off.
Yeah, I don't think I was that strict.
No, sometimes you'd tell us off and we'd laugh.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I could be that strict. It's just not in my personality.
Yeah. So you kind of hoped I'd come to my senses, which I did, I suppose. I'm so perfect now.
I think you have to come to your senses. I think
Yeah.
you need to know, you know, the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Rather than me telling you each time, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. Which
Yeah, you weren't
actually,
like bossy.
which actually wouldn't have worked with you.
No.
You benefited from knowing the pros and cons.
Yeah.
And then make an informed decision.
Ooh! What is your best advice on love, and what should gals be looking for in a partner?
One of the most important things in a relationship, you know, initially you fall in love, but I think at the end of the day you really need to respect one another. I think that's foremost one of the most important things for me. Respecting the other person's thoughts, their views, really being able to talk to one another about what your feelings are, why you agree, why you disagree. Above all, it should be mutual respect. Yeah.
This is a question for me. What is your pet peeve with your parents?
Yes.
You know what it's going to be. My mum will do this thing where she won't say bye or hang up the phone. She'll find other things. She'll be like, okay, anyway, but she'll go, oh wait! I actually, there was something else. There was something else. You're like on the other line, like there was nothing else. She's like, oh wait. And then you're walking out of her front door and she's like, oh memes. So there was this big, and then bring up like some huge discussion, even though you've been with each other for like the past 6 hours. And I'm like, I'm leaving now. Bye. Like,
I think you have that too. It's goodbye anxiety.
I do not. What are your top tips for hosting?
I think you really want to know that your family or whoever you've invited are really going to enjoy themselves. Think about the company that you have that will click with them,
Or like a good group.
or like a good group.
Yeah.
In our traditions, I think food is very, very important.
Yes.
Make sure that you have something for vegetarian, something for vegan.
You never still. These are quite nice questions.
They're nice
don't you think?
questions, yeah.
Okay, what's your favourite thing about me and Hannah?
I love your energy. I think you've got fabulous energy. You've got a very kind heart. I can go on and on about you both.
Very important question. Which daughter is your favourite?
So I know.
I don't have favourites.
I know that you are forcing me, and you have always wanted to find out who your favorite daughter is, and who my favorite daughter is. But I have to say to you, there isn't such a thing as a favorite daughter, because you
Yes,
love them
this is
both.
a lie. No, it's a lie.
not a lie.
It's a lie.
If you had two
Just
dogs,
admit it's me.
okay, it's you.
When I had Duke and Leo, my favourite dog was Duke.
That's not right,
I love
because Duke was your dog. If you had
No,
two,
I still would have a favourite.
you would.
It's just not possible to love two things the same.
It is. It's
not.
very, very, very
No.
possible. It really is. Each one brings their own thing to the table.
Maybe
Yeah.
mums will agree. Can't
Yeah.
agree. Another question came up a lot, which we're not going to answer, but we're just going to laugh at because it is
Okay.
really funny.
Okay.
Your favourite ex of mine?
I love that question.
We're not going to answer.
No, we're not gonna
I
answer
know
that.
which one it is, I think.
You probably have a good idea. in
Yeah, I
any
think
case.
I know.
Yeah.
Did you ever see each other wear something that looked horrible on them but didn't tell them?
I mean, looking back now, I think it's easier to say that with hindsight. Because when I look at some of your earlier posts
Yeah.
of when you first started,
Yeah.
and the combinations of things that you used to put together,
Yeah.
honestly, honestly, I had to really keep my mouth zipped.
Oh, that bad.
I mean, if you look at some of your old photos, you've done that on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of them
Yeah.
are horrendous.
Horrendous.
Actually, I think me and Hannah always tell you when you're wearing something ugly. We always tell you, we're like, take that off, that's hideous.
Yeah, that's hideous, thank you.
That needs to be burnt. Why did you buy that?
Yeah, but I don't always listen. But
No, you do actually.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you came with those heinous Prada trainers or something. Remember, what were those trainers you wore recently? Were they Hogan?
Hogan. They're so comfortable. Anyway. We can move on.
Okay. Do you prefer speaking Arabic or Farsi?
I don't prefer to speak Arabic or Farsi because both of them have become quite rusty now.
You think so?
Yeah, and if I'm thinking about some...
Don't you think you speak better Arabic than Farsi?
No.
No.
I speak better Farsi than
Really?
Arabic. I think because I'm not talking on a day-to-day basis
Yeah.
and the technical stuff,
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of that.
Really?
So I have to do a mixture now.
Yeah. Of half.
Of
So I need
half.
to fix the light again.
You lose it.
But that was your born language.
Yeah,
How
I
do
know,
you
but
lose
there's
your
a lot
born
of
language?
like, for example, if you asked me how do you say a light bulb, I'd
Yeah.
have to think about it.
Would you?
But if you
'Cause you're
say
not
to me,
using
yeah, I'm not using it. But
Do you
if
wish you spoke to us in Farsi?
Well, I wish that you had listened when I would speak to you in Farsi because now you would actually understand
Yeah.
it. Even if you didn't speak it,
I'd
at
like
least
to be
you
able
would
to speak-
understand it.
Yeah, a bit.
Or you'd
Apart
understand
from
a
just like
little
head
bit.
office.
Exactly. Or at least, you
Yeah.
know, you'd understand a little bit of Arabic.
Yeah. Well, I can do a bit of Arabic.
Yeah, but
Not really.
it would be
enough to get by.
nice to
Yeah.
to be able to understand the language, even if you don't speak it.
Yeah. What was Amelia like as a baby?
Curious.
Was I?
Yes.
I'm still quite curious.
Yes. You were always curious. I remember we put you in the pram in our
Yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah.
We were about to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
And you love to sleep on your tummy. You would actually sleep for longer on your tummy than if
Yeah.
I put you on your side or your back.
So funny you say this because I literally had a massage recently with my acupuncturist and she was like, you've got to stop sleeping on your tummy. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I physically can't.
Literally, since day one, you
Yeah.
used to love, and actually they used to say to us, it's not good for babies to sleep on their tummies. And you used to lift yourself up and try and look over the pram to see where anybody was and what everyone was doing.
That's so funny. That's very me. I had FOMO from a young age.
Exactly.
Was Amelia's childhood personality what you predicted it to be when she grew up?
Yeah. You were bossy. Maybe you're less bossy now. You love learning new things.
I like finding out. about
Finding
people.
out, and yeah, you love all of that. So basically, really, your character was really the same from day one. Assertive,
Really?
very assertive, not shy or embarrassed.
What was the naughtiest thing teenage Amelia did? Oh my god, I know. But tell me yours first.
Okay, you were spending too much time on your phone, and we took your phone
I
away,
don't remember this.
and you ran away from home, and we didn't know where you went.
I went to my dad's sister's house.
No, you
ran
didn't.
away from home.
No, you didn't.
Wait, where did
you
I
went
go?
to your friend's house.
I went to Shazia's house!
Yes.
No way!
Yes, you ran away. You absolutely had heart failure. And
Too
then-
right. Serves
Yes.
you right for taking away my phone. Hope you had heart failure when you realised I ran away.
Exactly. It actually did not help the situation one bit. But then
right.
we had to try and find out where you were. So it was actually so scary.
I'm sorry. Taken away my phone.
24 hours. We didn't know where you were.
Shouldn't have taken away my phone then. I was actually quite naughty, wasn't I? I thought you were going to say when I went clubbing, I went to this club called, what's it called? Maddox. I went to Maddox and I went straight from Maddox to my economics exam and I got a U, which is ungradable. I'm glad we can I'm glad we can laugh about this now because let me tell you at the time
It was not funny.
it was not funny.
Yeah. Yeah. But actually,
No
I
one
didn't
was
say
laughing.
anything. I
No
didn't
one
say
was laughing.
anything.
No, you didn't really care for some reason.
I didn't care.
But anyway, it was not that funny at the time. But looking back now, I think it was quite iconic. It was very Paris Hilton of me, you
That's
know?
very you.
Very Paris Hilton. What kind of man does Carol want for Amelia?
I would love to see you with somebody who really, really loves you fully and respects you in every way.
That would be nice. Mic drop.
Yeah.
You and me both, sis.
Exactly.
What is one bag you would steal from Amelia? I don't know the answer to this actually.
Your orange pochette.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good one.
That's the one.
What was the hardest thing raising 2 kids as an immigrant? Now, I want to ask you this question also because you also sent us to a very like blondie, not Middle Eastern-y
English school.
English school, an English Christian school.
I think it's very difficult because you're giving mixed messages.
Really?
Because
that is so
you
true actually.
You are very true to your own culture
Yeah.
and your own tradition.
But then our school was like completely different and no one was doing what we were doing.
And your school was very different and you were coming back. You'd learned obviously very different things.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult to enforce what we wanted to enforce at home.
Yeah. That's so true. I actually remember thinking like no one else has to do what we have to, and it was like we had so many family things. Like when you have a Middle Eastern family, there's always like a cousin and an aunt and a sister and there's always like a something family. And I remember thinking, no one else has to spend this much time with their family.
Exactly.
Like everyone else just gets to like go hang out with their mates. So interesting. Yeah, that must have been quite hard. But now all I do is hang out with my family. So who's laughing now?
Yay!
How are me and Hannah different, and how are we alike?
You're someone who likes to forge your own way, make your own mistakes. Hannah is someone who will take advice from maybe 5 key people,
Yeah.
listen to the advice fully, and then decide for herself. That's one big difference. She's much more cautious.
Well,
You're bold. You're
Yeah.
bold. I think you have a lot of that from me. I tend to forge into things, and
I
then
don't think it's from you at all.
I do,
You're
I do.
way more like Hannah. What are
Really?
you talking about?
no, I'm much more impulsive than you think I am.
You're not impulsive
I
at
am.
all.
I am.
I don't think you're impulsive. I think you and Hannah are the same.
Oh, I think I'm much more impulsive.
Do you? I
Yeah.
don't think so. I think that's Dad.
It's like, okay, fine, let me go with this, and then I'll figure it out.
Well, we did this. Is it the Myers-Briggs? We did this Myers-Briggs personality test, 16 personalities. And my mum and I are the exact same. And my sister and my dad are the exact same.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
you
what
two
I'm saying.
made clones of
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit creepy
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you and I
Yeah, we're the nurturers. That's what
you know what? Also, I think it's a lot to do with being the eldest child.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of forge your way. You want to do it your way. You
Yeah.
want to take as little advice as possible because you think you know best. And then you go ahead, you jump into it, and then it's like sink or swim.
Yeah, that is my operating method.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is the first beauty treatment your mum allowed you to do? Do you remember?
I didn't allow you to shave, and you shaved.
The question was allowed.
Oh, okay.
What did you allow me to do? Hair removal because I was a gorilla. Right?
Yes, but you went and you shaved without.
Yeah, she told me not to shave, and I
told
went.
you 100 times.
And I had really hairy arms
Yeah.
and hairy shoulders, like all the way up, like I had hair. And I got my sister to shave me.
Bad mistake.
Was it laser after that? Can't remember.
No, I don't think laser had come out yet. I
Oh.
think we did a bit of waxing and then we did laser.
God,
Yeah,
it's been a long
a
journey.
long journey.
Whoever tells you 8 to 10 laser sessions is lying.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the other names you had for me?
Alicia?
Yeah? I don't think I'm an Alicia.
No, you're not an Alicia.
Favourite memory together?
Lots of lovely favorite memories together. I think when we all traveled together, the 3 girls together.
So fun. So fun.
That I loved.
Amalfi.
Amalfi.
So cute.
Yes.
Love.
Yeah.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. That was actually really fun. I learned a lot actually.
I'm glad.
I learned some
I'm glad
stories
you
that I
did.
didn't know before. Maybe we'll do a part 2 if you have any more questions and you could leave them below. Hope you have a great week. Thank you, Mummy, for coming on my
Aww.
YouTube
And thank you
channel.
for your
It wasn't so scary,
your
was it?
wonderful questions.
Yes,
And
that's so nice. Thank you everyone
Yeah.
for their questions.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for sending
Yeah.
questions. See you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.